Hello, I'm Jill at engVid, and today we have a lesson on lending and borrowing. When do you say lend and when do you say borrow? I know it can be a little bit confusing. Okay, so I hope this lesson will help to clarify. So I've started with a quotation which says, neither a borrower nor a lender be. That's about money. I mean, you can lend and borrow things other than money, but this is a piece of advice spoken by a character in a play. You may recognise it if you know your Shakespeare. It's from Hamlet. And it's a character, it's a father talking to his son, and the son is about to go away to another country, and the father is giving him some what he thinks is good advice. Neither a borrower nor a lender be. That's why the word order is a bit strange, because it's a poetic line from a Shakespeare play. So anyway, that's just a little introduction to the idea that you can be a borrower and you can be a lender, and they're different in some way. So how are they different? Well, let's have a look. So somebody might say, could you lend me your pen, please? And someone else might, or they might say, the same person might say, may I borrow your pen, please? But they're asking the same thing here, but the construction is just a bit different. They're saying, could you lend me your pen? So they're asking for the pen to be given to them. Or may I borrow your pen? So it depends on who is doing the action. So I hope this will also help to show. So you lend something to somebody, you give temporarily, you give something to someone, they take it from you, they borrow from you, you lend to somebody, that person borrows from you. Okay? So the direction is from this person to that person. This person is giving, lending, and this person is borrowing, taking, temporarily, because they're supposed to give it back again later. Okay? So could you lend me your pen, or may I borrow your pen? It means the same thing, but it depends who is doing the lending or the borrowing. So let's just try a little example here so that you can work out which word belongs in the gap. So I never money to anyone, or she is always trying to money from people. So remember, we've got to and from here, which is a clue. You lend to, you borrow from. So that should help you to work out how to fill in these two gaps. Which one is lend and which one is borrow? Okay, so I never, so it's to do with giving. I never give, lend. Okay, so I never lend money to anyone. But then another person, she is always trying to take, borrow. Okay, borrow. She is always trying to borrow money from. So this is to, lend to, and this is from, borrow from. Okay, so those prepositions help you sometimes to work it out. So, okay, I hope that's clear. But then in the past tense, we just have to be a bit careful with the past forms, because to lend is an irregular verb. So the past form of to lend is lent. I lent. You lent. He lent. It's the same for all the pronouns, singular and plural. We lent. They lent. It's the same all the way through, but it's irregular. So we've got lend with a D, then lent with a T. But then borrow is a regular verb, so you just put ed on the end. Borrowed, borrowed. Okay. So again, we've got two sentences here with gaps. So it's the same situation said in two different ways. So yesterday Anne my pen and didn't return it. Yesterday I Anne my pen and she didn't return it. So which word goes in which gap? So one person does the lending and another person does the borrowing. So yesterday Anne, and this time you haven't got the to and the from to give you a clue. So because they don't always appear, so you have to just work out. So Anne did something with my pen. So what did she do? She took it, didn't she? You gave it, but she took it. So Anne borrowed. Anne borrowed my pen. She did the borrowing, the taking, and she didn't return it. So then it's the other one in this gap. Yesterday I lent, I gave, I lent Anne my pen and she didn't return it. And if you put the name of the person immediately after, you don't say I lent to Anne. I lent Anne. You don't need the to in there. So that means you don't always have the little prepositions to help you to know which it is. So Anne borrowed, I lent. I gave, she took. Okay. Right, so I hope that helps to give you a way of working out whether to use lend or borrow. It's all about what direction it's going in, giving or taking, okay, and to or from. Right, so if you'd like to do a quiz on this topic, just go to the website engvid.com and see how you do. I hope that's been helpful. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you again soon, and bye for now.